Here's the problem with most real estate guru marketing. They promise you can get rich with no money, no experience, and no effort. But here's the solution they don't want you to know. Real estate investing requires capital, knowledge, time, and risk tolerance. The Federal Trade Commission warns that no legitimate investment can guarantee returns without risk. Today, I'm exposing 4 guru archetypes who profit from selling impossible dreams instead of teaching legitimate investment strategies. From no money down schemes to foreclosure scams, these tactics target beginners who don't know better. You'll learn to identify their red flags and understand what building real wealth through property actually takes. This knowledge will save you money and help you avoid outright fraud by spotting these warning signs early. Let's start with the most dangerous type of all. Ever notice how these real estate gurus always show off their Lamborghinis and million-dollar mansions, but they never actually show you the property deals that supposedly paid for them? The Federal Trade Commission warns about lifestyle marketing tactics that use luxury images to distract from lack of substance. Most of these flashy lifestyle shots have nothing to do with real estate profits. Let's break down what these gurus actually promise you. They say you can make millions from your couch. They claim you'll have financial freedom without lifting a finger. Some even promise you can start with zero money and zero experience. Sound too good to be true? That's because it is. Here's what most people don't realize. The majority of these gurus have never successfully flipped a house or built a real estate portfolio. They make their money from selling courses, not from buying and selling properties. Think of it like this. If someone had a secret formula to make millions in real estate, why would they sell it to you instead of just using it themselves? Let's look at how their business actually works. A typical guru program starts with a free seminar or webinar. They hook you with promises of easy wealth. Then they sell you a basic course. After that comes the expensive coaching program. The Federal Trade Commission notes these programs can cost thousands, sometimes tens of thousands of dollars. Finally, they offer exclusive investment opportunities or advanced training that can cost even more. The math here is simple. If they sell their basic course to 1,000 people, that's hundreds of thousands of dollars. No property deals needed. If just 100 of those people buy the expensive coaching program, that's millions more. This is how they afford those fancy cars and mansions, not through real estate investing, but through course sales. These gurus use high-energy pitches to hide their lack of real estate experience. They create fake urgency by saying things like, "This offer expires at midnight," or "Only 50 spots available." This pressure tactic stops you from thinking clearly and asking important questions like, "Where are your actual property deals?" Here's the contradiction that should make you suspicious. They claim real estate investing requires no effort, but they're working incredibly hard to sell you courses. If passive income was really that easy, they'd be relaxing on a beach somewhere, not doing sales calls and webinars every day. Let's talk about why no-effort investing is impossible in real estate. Properties need repairs, tenants need managing, markets need analyzing, and deals need negotiating. Kiplinger warns about the real effort required in vetting properties and managing transactions safely. Even if you hire property managers, you still need to oversee them. Real estate markets are competitive. Professional investors with decades of experience, access to capital, and established networks are your competition. The idea that someone with no experience can jump in and immediately start making millions is mathematically impossible. Here's the part that should really concern you. While these gurus make millions from course sales, industry estimates suggest many students don't see promised returns. The students who do succeed are usually those who already had money, experience, or business skills before joining the program. But the gurus present these rare success stories as typical results, creating false hope for everyone else. The business model is designed to benefit the guru, not the student. They make money whether you succeed or fail. The Federal Trade Commission warns about training scams promising proven methods that rarely pan out. It's like trusting someone who had never worked in a kitchen to teach you cooking. So how do fake real estate gurus make millions while their students lose money? They profit from course sales, not property deals. Their real business is selling hope and dreams, packaged as education. The fancy lifestyle marketing is just the hook to get you to buy. These get-rich-quick schemes all follow the same basic playbook to separate you from your money. Let me identify these 4 main types that target beginners. These categories mirror the Federal Trade Commission's defined scam types, which group fraudulent schemes into training, foreclosure, financing, and quick profit scams. First up is the info product king or queen. These gurus sell expensive courses filled with recycled basic information you could find free online. They take simple concepts like buy low, sell high, and package them into $2,000 courses with fancy names like the Ultimate Real Estate Wealth System. Think of it like this. They're selling you a cookbook with 5 basic recipes, but they call it Secret Chef Techniques and charge $500 for it. The Federal Trade Commission warns many programs offer proven strategies that turn out to be empty promises and often worthless training. These programs cost thousands of dollars, and most people never get back the money they invested. Next comes the Foreclosure Maverick. These gurus claim they have exclusive access to distressed property deals that regular investors can't find. They promise you'll get properties for pennies on the dollar through their special foreclosure system. Bankrate states foreclosure relief. Fraud targets vulnerable homeowners with false promises, often demanding upfront fees for services that never materialize. The Federal Trade Commission reports that these fraudsters may swindle homeowners out of hundreds or even thousands of dollars in fees. They target vulnerable people facing foreclosure, making their schemes particularly harmful. The exclusive deals either don't exist or are significantly overpriced. The third type is the no-money-down delusionist. These gurus promote financing schemes that sound too good to be true, because they are. They claim you can buy properties with zero down payments using creative financing techniques. Some even suggest using credit cards or other people's money to fund deals. The Federal Trade Commission cautions that no-money-down claims downplay real risk and often violate lending laws. These schemes often rely on inflated property values and unsustainable financing terms. Many of these techniques create dangerous financial situations for inexperienced investors. The fourth archetype is the get-rich-quick guru we discussed earlier, who promises instant wealth with minimal effort using high-pressure sales tactics. Here's how all 4 types use the same tactics against you. They start with fake testimonials. The Federal Trade Commission notes that scammers often back up their guarantees with success stories, but these testimonials are often completely made up. They'll show you videos of supposed students bragging about their success. They create artificial scarcity by saying things like, "Only 20 spots left," or "This price expires tonight." The Federal Trade Commission warns that scammers want you to act fast and might tell you that space is limited, or that you're getting a special deal. This pressure stops you from thinking clearly or doing research. They use upselling funnels to extract more money. You start with a $97 course, then they sell you a $497 advanced course, followed by $5,000 coaching, and finally the $25,000 mentorship program. Here's the sneaky part. These gurus protect themselves with legal disclaimers while making impossible promises. Their marketing says make $10,000 per month guaranteed, but their fine print says results not typical and no income claims. The Federal Trade Commission says treat glossed over risk disclosures as red flags, as investments always involve risk. These strategies either don't work or are potentially illegal. The Federal Trade Commission states that for most people who invest in these trainings, the payoff doesn't match the promise, and most people never get back the money they invested. The programs typically cost between $500 and $50,000, with little actual value provided. Now that you recognize these 4 scam types and their tactics, you can protect yourself from their empty promises and focus on what actually builds wealth. Real wealth building requires a different approach entirely. Here's the truth about real estate wealth. It comes from understanding markets, managing risk, and having patience, not from buying courses. Real investors spend years learning local markets, building relationships with contractors, and managing tenants. They save money for down payments and repairs. Start with education from legitimate sources like the Securities and Exchange Commission's investor.gov website. The Federal Trade Commission suggests using investor.gov for independent verification before spending on training programs. Never pay for get-rich-quick promises. Real estate investing requires capital, time, and knowledge you can't get from a $497 course. You now have the knowledge to spot these scams and build real wealth through effort, due diligence, and realistic expectations rather than quick-fix courses. If this helped you avoid a costly mistake, hit that like button and share your own guru experiences in the comments below.